Iran. What is this all about, really? In my opinion, it is two things. One is oil, and the other is China. The largest oil reserves in the world are number one, Venezuela, number two, Saudi Arabia, number three, Iran, and number four, Canada. But interestingly, the largest oil producers in the world are number one, the United States, number two, Saudi Arabia, number three, Russia, and number four, Canada. But what about China? China's oil reserves represent 1.6% of the total oil reserves on the planet. Most of their oil comes from a region called the Eight Great Basins, mainly from Bohai and Tassim. But the problem for China is their economy is far too big for the amount of oil that they produce, so they have to bring it in through imports and offshore. China is continually looking for someone to provide them with oil. We recently saw Venezuela do this under Maduro, but he was removed, and of course the United States assumed control of the oil fields. And more recently, we've seen Iran providing oil to China through the roads of Pakistan. And now we've seen the Strait of Hormuz closed down and warships sitting in the Persian Gulf. But if the United States is the largest producer of oil, what seems to be the problem? Well, I believe it could have something to do with its shale oil or its fracking production. Shale production accounts for over 30% of the total oil produced by the United States. Around about the time it began its shale production, it reduced its oil imports by about exactly the same amount, which was 30%. But the problem with shale oil is that it suffers from price volatility. In other words, if the oil prices of the world are low, it makes it very, very difficult to mine and produce shale oil. The other issue for the United States is that shale oil production has an extremely limited shelf life. I guess what I'm saying here is when you put it all together and you realise that the top oil reserves on the planet are held by Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Iran and Canada, and the United States could be potentially in a situation where its shale oil production is limited. This would reduce its oil reserves by 30%. And once again, Iran becoming a BRICS nation and trading economically with Russia and China and India and South Africa and these kinds of nations, and specifically selling oil to China, who of course needs to buy cheap oil in order to keep its economy going. Faced with the very real possibility that the world reserve currency, the US dollar, is in rapid decline due to confidence, and we're seeing this in the subsidiary banks of the Bank for International Settlements, the central banks storing more gold for the first time in history than US debt. This presents all sorts of issues for a superpower such as the United States. So what happens next? With the enormous pressure placed on Iran from the United States, I would suspect that China would economically come to its defence, because China cannot go to war with the United States nor vice versa. In fact, Russia, China, United Kingdom, France and United States can never go to war thanks to the United Nations Security Council agreement. So China's only hope here is to do this by proxy and to defend Iran economically. Whichever way this goes, the member states of BRICS will continue to become stronger because they are largely commodity-based nations. The United States dollar will continue to be perceptively stronger whilst losing confidence amongst the central banks. And the price of crude oil will go to the stars. This is going to put enormous pressure on the middle classes of the world. In my opinion, this recent skirmish with Iran is no different to its previous skirmishes with Iran. It's all about oil and China. Make good choices.